Why do President Zuma ask the Constitutional Court to recuse six of its judges during the case, which will sit on next week, Friday, this coming Friday, at the Constitutional Court? First, the Chief Justice himself, Judge Zondo, we all know is conflicted. We all know Chief Justice Zondo is conflicted about the any issue relating to President Zuma. But what is the reason President Zuma asked for six judges to recuse themselves on Friday on this constitutional hearing which is coming? There is a constitutional hearing which will be held on Friday, which was brought by the IEC to the Constitutional Court. First, let me say, even the same case that we're talking about, it's breaking of several laws for them to get it to the Constitutional Court. But first, let's look at what happened from the first place. When uh, the first time when President Zuma was sent to prison or was found guilty, how it happened, several laws were broken by the Constitutional Court judges. The first law that they broke was to allow Zondo to take a civil matter to a constitutional court. They broke the law. They allow the matter to be heard, the issue of President Zuma not attending the Zondo Commission. It was taken to the Constitutional Court while it was actually a civil matter, and the Constitutional Court allowed it. So, by so doing, it broke the law. The Constitutional Court broke the law. The second time in the same issue they break the law, setting up themselves as a criminal court, instructing President Zuma to attend as a state capture commission or the Zondo Commission. It was not the function of the Constitutional Court. The function of the Constitutional Court is to deal with constitutional issues, issues that affect the right of the majority. Issues when they are changed, they will change the life of the majority. The land in South Africa, it's a constitutional issue which the Constitutional Court should have addressed a long time ago. But because the Constitutional Court is not for the majority of South African, it's for the minority of Europeans that came to capture us from Europe. The Constitutional Court has never addressed serious issues like that. They address issues like civil matters that concerns President Zuma. That was an error. They decided to declare President Zuma guilty outside the law. They never used the criminal law to find President Zuma guilty. So they define themselves outside the law and declare President Zuma guilty and that he must be sent to jail. That is breaking the law again, because if anyone does anything wrong, they must be taken through the criminal system. If they are criminals, they must be taken through the criminal systems when they are found guilty and be sent for sentencing. So President Zuma was never there's no case number that was reported uh, for President Zuma to have been taken to court. There's no case number. He does not. He's the only prisoner who spent time without a case number. He's the only prisoner in the whole world, in the entire world, since the beginning of time, or since the beginning of courts in the entire world, that has been sentenced by a constitutional court. It does not happen in any part of the world because it's illegal. It's not the right way to do things. The right way is to go through the criminal system if there's anybody who did some crimes. So they went on. First, they set up an illegal structure outside our laws, and after that, using that structure, declares that President Zuma is guilty of contempt of court without putting him to trial, without asking him to plead guilty. They declared that he is guilty. That is breaking the law again. After declaring that President Zuma is guilty, they then break another law of sentencing, because if you have to sentence a person, you can only sentence somebody if he's found guilty. So President Zuma was not found guilty in the first place by a court of law. He was declared guilty by the Constitutional Court judges. So after being declared by the Constitutional Court judges of being guilty, it's illegal. It's an illegal thing that they did to declare him illegal. It's illegal to declare him guilty without taking him to trial. They broke another law there. And then they decided that they will sentence him. But sentencing usually happens after the criminal court has found you guilty. So now nobody found President Zuma guilty of anything. The Constitutional Court, after declaring him guilty, they decided to sentence him. What was his crime? They say his crime is contempt of court. In the meeting, when they declare him guilty, they said he's got no right to appeal that guilty sentence. That guilty sentence is permanent for him. It must stay. It's another way of breaking the law. They broke the law because every criminal who is found guilty of anything, he can appeal the case. So President Zuma was found guilty by the Constitutional Court and is not allowed to appeal their decision. And then they sentenced him. They broke the law again, because for somebody who is found guilty in a criminal law, there's a sentences that are prescribed for each crime. The sentence which is prescribed for contempt of court is 6 months in jail, or an option of a fine. They broke the law again and they said, Jacob Zuma is a special case. We will not use this law. We want to show to everybody that we will punish anyone who will stand against the Constitutional Court and who will stand against the white people. We want to show to everybody. So they broke the law again of sentencing. They took a sentence which is outside somebody who is found guilty of contempt of court. Somebody who is found guilty of contempt of court cannot be cannot be sent to prison for 15 months. So the 15-month sentence tells you that they wanted to make it stick for the sake of the election, for the sake that President Zuma will not be able to stand for the election. Basically, what they were doing, it's just kidnapping him illegally and taking him to prison to paint him so that he will not be able to stand for any position in the ANC. They were afraid that President Zuma was going to come back in the ANC and lead the ANC. So they were trying to sabotage him that he should not come back to the ANC. They wanted, because of those step aside rules and all those things, and the sentencing and all those things, they wanted him out of any form of contest in the ANC or outside the ANC. So they broke all laws. They broke so many laws. Maybe I'm not even, I can't even, because I'm not even a lawyer, I don't even know how many laws they broke to get President Zuma in jail. But many, many laws were broken to get him to jail. Uh, So President Zuma rightly asked the Constitutional Court to recuse six of its judges who were involved in his case that sent him to jail for no particular reason, just to advance the interest of Europe, the interest of the British Empire in South Africa, the interest of the Americans, yeah, the interest of the deep state in South Africa. They sent President Zuma to jail to advance the interest of white people in South Africa. So the courts of South Africa are corrupt. The judges are corrupt. We all know that Cyril Ramaphosa, in his money that he was given by white people, we all know that some of the money was paid to judges. Even today, we don't know which judges were paid, which judges were not paid. So maybe those six judges are some of the judges who were paid by the CR17 money to protect Cyril Ramaphosa. Maybe President Zuma is well aware of this fact. Uh, is well aware of this fact, and then President Zuma wants those judges who were involved in these cases to be to be out of the situation, to be